Well, howdy, 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 y'all. Teresa here. And...
Y'all.
Wow. It is September 20th, 2016. It is Tuesday morning. It's 11:33 a.m.
Yes, it is.
Yes. And what is the weather like?
The weather near PANACEA, Florida. Currently, it is 82 degrees. A projected high today of 91. A real feel of 102. And they are pretty much predicting bright and sunny until the sun goes down, and then they're predicting dark. So
really,
I know. Can you believe that stuff?
It was such a beautiful sunset last night. Right where I sit here is kind of where I always sit, and I look out. Oh, I can look out directly over the bay to my left, and so I always can watch the sunset. And it was such a beautiful sunset last night with all the oranges and pinks and purples and stuff. It was just beautiful. I felt very blessed to get to witness that. There's something so magical about sunrise and the sunset. It just, yeah.
Those are my two favorite times of day.
Mine too. Yesterday, Brad went for the job fair, which ended up turning into an interview, which then ended up turning into another interview with a different manager, and they want to hire him. They're just working on where they would put him, in what location. I'm not gonna say with who yet. He's just waiting to hear. He should hear sometime today, or else he'll give them a call. So I don't think you took a nap yesterday, did you? No, because you were on the phone with your friend.
Yeah.
I didn't lay back and take a nap because I was so tired. I'd only gotten about 3 hours sleep, and I'm not as tough as he is. I do need a little more sleep than he does. And it used to be the reverse. It used to be he needed more sleep than I do, but and that way too, if I lay him back, then the Mastiff lays with me and gets out of Brad's way, so, right?
That's a lot of dog body.
That's a lot of dog, yeah.
Be working around.
So, yeah, so please continue to pray or send well wishes or good vibes or something that he gets this job and stuff, and hopefully then, they definitely want him and stuff with all of his years of management and stuff, so. It would be a good thing. Yeah, it will be very hard on him working, yeah. I mean, but we just can't hold out any longer to see if disability is going to, come through or not, because we've got to do something. That's just life.
Well, and the hard part for me is I really don't want to go back into management.
Yeah.
Because I've been in management for 20 years, and it's hard for me, It's hard for me not to get bossy.
Because you will just get bossy.
And I do get bossy.
Wherever you work.
Yeah.
So you might as well be paid for it, because you're going to end up doing it whether or not you have that title.
Yeah.
So it's just in your blood, son.
Yeah.
You might as well get to boss them around, because you're not going to boss me around.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's right,
Very good point.
So I ate the rest of that tomato beef vegetable soup yesterday. And I had Brad was so wonderful, and he stopped when he got done with all of the interviews and got me some fresh produce at Walmart, which was great. And he surprised me with a great big old bag of fresh spinach. And because I love fresh spinach and stuff, and I've been really wanting to have some salad. So he surprised me with that, and I had a wonderful salad last night, big old salad with, cucumber, tomato, lettuce, spinach. I think that was it.
Cheese?
I put some cheese on it. I put some cooked ground up hamburger on it, and then I was using some of that the light buffalo wishbone ranch. Getting to the end of the bottle, and that stuff is hot. I don't think I can eat any more of it like that, because my nose was running and everything else.
Well, when I made that egg salad the other day, I just put maybe a couple tablespoons of that in. And I thought, it gave it a little bit of zing, and I thought it was good in there. But
well, but you had mayonnaise and everything else mixed in there.
Yeah, well, that's what I was saying. I kind of whims it down a little bit.
Gerald, was that Gerald's boat?
What kind of vehicle was pulling it? I didn't.
His truck.
He was
in there.
Yes, and probably
yeah.
So.
Anyway, one of our neighbors was pulling out his boat. So, and I did do some looming last night. I'm gonna finish this up today, and then get this all packaged up in the mail tomorrow. Is what I'm planning on. So this is the whole spectrum of it. And I'm right back into the last gain of variegated. So there's that baby blanket coming out really nice. Very pleased with it.
That is really pretty.
Got it folded up so it doesn't get dirty or anything. And let's see, I'm looking on my cheat sheet. Did a little bit of cleaning. Brad started some more soup for me last night. He had also bought a package of boneless, skinless chicken thighs when he was at Walmart, and because that way you can just cut it all up before you even put it in to start making soup. So he's making me a beautiful vegetable chicken noodle soup. What we're doing is we basically increase the vegetable by 2 times, and we decrease the amount of pasta in it by half. That makes it a lot better for you carb wise and everything. So, and also what I started doing is I usually put saltines in my crackers, saltines in my soup, and I've reduced those by half. So and in fact he's cooking up the pasta right now, I think.
Yep.
Aren't you? To put in the soup, because I have soup almost every day. You guys know that. I just got done exercising, and I thought I would show you guys. I talk about my little peddler. Today was a day I was doing working on cardio. I got these wheels locked here, honey.
Okay.
And I've talked to you guys a lot about my peddler, and I thought I would just show it in case you guys aren't sure what I'm talking about. This is my peddler, and it just sits on the ground, as you can see, front and back. I like this type because they make them have kind of a whole complete circle, and they don't have kind of these grippies underneath. And if you put it on tile, it's really going to slide around unless you have a rug underneath or something, or if you put it on carpet, it stays better. But anyway, it has an adjustable handle right here. It has a readout here when you're going about like calories and distance and time and stuff, and then your pedal. And the nice thing about this is I was using this just like this. Well, I'm going the wrong way, but I was using it just like this. I only was able to do 3.5. Watch out, honey. I'm talking to the dog. Watch out, CJ.
Here, I'll take it.
Okay. I was only able to do 3.5 minutes with my legs before I started cramping up really bad. So then I put it on a chair, and I was able to do it with my arms for the rest of the time to make 15 minutes. And I felt it. I was breathing heavier and stuff. I was getting that circulation going and everything. It doesn't matter if you only do a minute of exercise. That's a minute more than you did the day before. And I'm going to talk more about that here at the end of this. But so I did my exercises. Brad's finishing up the soup. I will have a salad with the rest of that cooked hamburger tonight. And what I'm doing is we have the corn tortillas, which I found out are healthier for you than the flour tortillas.
Yeah.
And I just cut them into strips and put them on my salad. I just used 2 because I looked up the carbs and the calories and the serving suggestion, and so I just used 2 of those. And this white corn tortillas, I believe, isn't it, honey?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love the way they taste.
Yeah, they do have a good taste, and that way that was my carbs for the salad. Besides the salad dressing, but it was good that way. And I'll talk more about some of my tricks and stuff about reducing carbs here at the end. I'm trying to get in more water, which I need to fill that water jug, hon,
Okay.
wherever it went to. Water here does not taste very good, but you know, to buy water as much as we would consume in a day would be very expensive. I'm not going to do that. So we kind of looked at getting a filter thing, and no, we can't really afford it, and I'm not sure it was fit on this faucet or not. So we're just going to have to get used to the water. Brad uses that the sugar-free drink mixes, and I probably will be using some of that. Even if I put just even half a packet in or something, just for a little bit of flavoring. I mean, you just have to get used to the water, and I'm working hard on drinking more water. Okay, now yesterday, like I said, the eating healthier went pretty well. Was it perfect? No. Brad did buy me an icy. He asked me though first. I did eat some popsicles, and no, they're not sugar free, but you know, baby steps. But besides that, I just had soup for lunch, and I had a salad for dinner, and then I had a protein shake about 11 o'clock. And that did really help, the protein shake, with not eating. The only thing I had was some popsicles after that, and not like a ton of them like I would normally, you know, and so that's all good. And like I said, I'm going to work on getting in more water. Like I said, the link to the series of the exercises I'm doing on exercise day. I do every other day. I do exercise one day and then cardio the next, and just keep doing that. And then I take Sundays off. But I think we all need to, whatever journey you're going through in life, this is today's topic, is we have to remove the word can't. I always remind myself of that, because I'll start saying I can't. I can't do this. I can't do that. It's almost like the little engine that could. You know, if you read that when you were a kid. But, you know, if we set ourselves up for failure with using the word can't, then we've done just that. We've set ourselves up for failure. There's no failure in trying. The failure is when we don't try. The failure is when we don't take that chance, or we don't try to do something. We don't have to be perfect. Like I said, if you only end up doing 1 minute of exercise, that's 1 minute more than you did the day before. And that's a building, that's a brick to a building. And that's how I look at it, is I'm starting out very slow, because I used to do an immense amount of exercise back when I had lost all that weight and stuff. Basically, I got to an unhealthy point with that, though. That was my new addiction. I lost kind of perspective on everything else in my life. But I used to do a lot of exercise, a lot of weightlifting and stuff. So I'm used to, I mean, I would do 2-3 hour workouts every day. So I'm used to really going hard and heavy. And like I said, I'm just weak enough now. Like I said, I can only do 3.5 minutes on the exercise bike before I'm cramping up. But it's a building. It's a brick to a building. And we just, you know, I probably will just keep doing the 3.5 this week. Well, I know I will. And then, you know, next week I'll strive for 4 minutes and keep building on, you know. And even if you have one body part that's really weak, like me with my leg, then you can move it to your arms. It doesn't matter if you're just sitting here and you're just doing this, you know, for 15 minutes. You're getting circulation going. You're getting your body parts moving and stuff. You know, which is so important. Like right now, I'm really fighting the edema really badly in my legs and my feet, to the point with what happens with me is if I get like bug bites or, you know, the no-see-ums or anything, that my body, because of my immune system, says that's an allergy, and it overreacts and it swells up and then it blisters. So you know what happens when a blister pops and the fluid is just running. Well, if you have edema real bad, any open area will ooze that clear fluid. you have to really watch it because that's really leaves you susceptible to infection. Right now I have, y'all are gonna laugh, okay, you know, and men, I'm sorry, just close your ears or whatever, but you know, the panty liners, the real thin maxi pads, I have one of those cut in half because think about it, it's so absorbent. And because I was putting a Band-Aid on it, not a Band-Aid, but a gauze, what do you call those? The bigger, well, it's the bigger one of the sterile pads, you know, with the adhesive, you know, for Band-Aids, you know. I can't remember what they're called, I'm sorry, guys. But it was not absorbent enough, and what happened was, because that's leaking so badly, you know, with the fluid, water, whatever it is, that it was just kind of making that come loose and everything. Because the area is about from here to here. I'm trying not to gross anybody out. That's open though, and the skin has actually slipped off, and I'm watching it really closely. And like I said, I have that maxi pad and we have it taped and stuff. If it doesn't get better, if it looks like it's getting worse, yes, I'll have to go into the doctor. So increasing the circulation will help though.
Yeah.
You know, and then I know I have to get my legs up, you know, and stuff. But you know, it is what it is, and I think we just can't say can't. Yes?
Can I add something?
Sure.
Okay, one of the things this gentleman gets made fun of a tremendous amount, but Richard Simmons, and he's the one. Mm-hmm. He was the one who kept preaching about, you know, even if you do wave your arms for a minute, you know, that's a minute more exercise, you know, and I know that's a lot of your thinking on that from him saying that, and it makes perfect sense.
Well, and if you watch like 600 Pound Life or anything like that too, if you are have less mobility and stuff, they start you out even on your bed just doing a lot of arm exercises and stuff, because getting the circulation going and your stamina built up is just that. And now that I'm not having the problems with the asthma and stuff, you know, I'm really inspired to get moving more. No, we did not go for a walk last night because, quite frankly, by that time I was pretty tired. It had rained most of the day, and you know, I think I need to build up a little bit more to that. I mean, 'cause that was just something extra that wasn't part of my exercise plan, you know, and I'm going to build up to that. But I just say, don't give up. Don't give up on yourself. Don't sit there and say can't. We can, okay? What I'm doing, the tricks I'm doing, and like I said, I've done this for so many years and stuff. Yes, you're thinking, then why in the heck haven't I done anything before then? Because up here, I had to fix up here and work on here, and I'm still working. I will always be working on the psychological reasons of why. You know, and everybody's different to that. You know, for people to say, well, just push yourself away from the table. Well, you don't understand. There's a huge difference between even being 50 pounds overweight to being massively overweight. You know, I would say, well, you have more than 100 pounds to lose. And I'm not cutting anybody down that just has 50 pounds to lose. You know, and I know that's just as hard. But one of the things I do to help with the carb is, like, if I'm making a pasta salad, I will cut that pasta in half, the normal amount I would put in, and I will double the vegetables. I mean, you have to watch which vegetables you're putting in, yes, because, you know, like corn and some beans and peas and stuff count as carbs. But, so I double the vegetables, and that's the same way we're doing with the soup. We're cutting the pasta that goes in any soup in half. And of course, this is all made with lean meats and a ton of vegetables. That fills you up. And that's how before, years ago, when we both lost a lot of weight, was I was still cooking our favorites like goulash and stuffed peppers and stuff. But I had cut down the carbs and had doubled. I would do what I called was like filler foods. Like I would put in a ton of celery. I would put in more onion. I would put in more spices because you're still getting that satisfaction. It's nice and spicy, tastes good. Spices aren't going to add calories or anything, you know, and you know, that works really well. So that's what I do is I use vegetables in place of the carbs. So it cuts those carbs way down, make you feel fuller. And one thing I did learn that was so valuable when I was taking all those nutrition classes was that if you are really, like I said, if you're really, really hungry and you're consuming a lot of carbs, I'm not going to say all people because everybody is different. I hate it when somebody goes everyone. But for most of us, like myself, the more carbs you eat, the hungrier you get, then you want more carbs, and it's a vicious cycle. You know, if you ever think of when you're kind of binge eating, it's probably a lot of carbs that you're really binging on. You know, so if you eat some protein, some lean protein, in some form, it will satisfy you, it will stay with you longer, and you won't keep eating. And that's why I do a protein shake at night now. I didn't do one this morning. You know, I talked about I wanted to start doing them in the morning. Well, quite frankly, by the time I get up and get moving around and everything and like that, it's already lunchtime. So I'm not going to worry about the protein shakes for now. Brad will probably start making himself one in the morning once he starts working. We aren't doing this together. I want to make that clear. My eating is my eating. His eating is his eating. Yes, we're both diabetic, but we're different people. And one thing we learned years ago, we made the mistake when we lost all that weight before. I basically kind of just told him what he was going to eat. Well, he became resentful. Rightfully so. Anybody would become resentful. I'm that type. Somebody tells me what I can and can't have, or you're going to have this tonight. It doesn't work well. So when he became a diabetic and he went through some diabetic classes and stuff and learned a lot more about it, and then he would share that information with me. And I did my own research with YouTube videos and reading on different diabetic forums and stuff, that his diabetes is his diabetes and he has to be in control of that, nobody else. I couldn't go behind him, and I wanted to at first, and I tried to, and he finally said to me, back off. This is my disease. I have to come to terms with it, and I have to be totally responsible for what I'm eating. And he was so right on that. And this is what I wanted to clarify. We aren't on a healthier eating journey. Well, we both are individually, though, okay? He's trying to eat healthier. Like, he bought some kielbasa yesterday, but he bought the turkey kind, you know. But I don't tell him what he can and can't eat. I don't say anything if he's eating something, because it's his body, and he does, you know, first of all, he's a man and I'm a woman, and that's, you know, different, and he has a higher metabolism, and, you know, he handles his own self, and I handle my own self. So for right now, what I will do, like if I'm cooking a dinner that would be, or we are, one of us, it would be something the other person might want to eat some of. Like if I was cooking chicken, I would say, I'm cooking chicken tonight. Are you going to want any? Or I'll say, I'm cooking chicken this way, you know, if you want any. Because if he doesn't, that means I'm just going to be eating chicken one more day. It's no big deal. Or that he might have some of that chicken tomorrow. So he's doing his own dinners, kind of, in a way. You know, whatever he can eat. Like, he can eat the rest of that kielbasa tonight, and I'm going to have a salad. It just works out better. I mean, you know, because you have to both be responsible for your body, what you're doing to it, you know, and all of that. So anyway, I don't know if this helps anybody or not. I know some of you are going, well, God, she's such an expert, then why is she like this? And like I said, I'm gonna say one more time, it's because of up here, of some things that have happened and coming to terms with it, because a lot of times, like I said, for me, the eating is a self-soothing thing, and, you know, You have to fix why you eat. I believe you have to fix why you eat before you can really ever control your eating. You have to do the work on the psychological. And because that's why I regained all the weight, because I didn't do the work on the psychological. Yes, I lost weight, and then what happened is you get to the point where now you're at goal or close to goal, and like I said, I was down to a size 6, and but you didn't fix this, so it was like I got to goal, and yeah, I maintained it for 5 years, but I didn't know what to do, really. And you know, I was uncomfortable with all the attention I was getting all of a sudden and stuff, because, you know, people that never paid attention to me before or even spoke to me now want to be my friend, and you know, and then you feel like everybody's watching everything you eat because you've lost all this weight and stuff, and it was just a very hard thing for both of us to handle. You know, he was the same way. He had lost a lot of weight, and everybody wanted, you know. So,
what's your secret?
It's all a learning experience. Yeah, and whatever works for me, not work for the next person. What I do doesn't work for Brad. And what he does doesn't work for me, and vice versa. So, because I hate it when somebody comes on here and go, well, if I can do it, you can do it. Well, we're all individual. Mm-hmm. You know, you might be able to stand on your head, and I never could and never will. So,
never had any major
anyway, I hope if anybody has any questions, or you know, if you need, you know, any pep talk or anything, you know, I wouldn't say I could give you advice. I could give you suggestions of what might work for you, but it might not work for you. You know, and you might be on some program that really works great for you, but that doesn't mean that that would be something. For me, joining any kind of a diet thing does not work for me. I feel way too much pressure. Some of the times when I have been, the worst with my bulimia have been because I had belonged to a diet group where we would go in and weigh in once a week and stuff. Then it becomes like a competition, and you know, yeah, I almost died. I laid on the floor one time thinking I was having a heart attack. I had taken so many laxatives, and I hadn't eaten in a couple of days, and so many diuretics. And this was way before I met Brad, and I laid there and I thought I was going to have a heart attack. My heart was beating so hard and I was so dizzy. So, you know, it's not worth your life. You know, I'm striving just to be healthier. Even if I stay the same size I am, if I'm healthier and I could walk better and stuff, then great. But I do feel I'll lose weight before I lost weight doing this. When I was, you know, getting ready to have weight loss surgery, I mean, the first month I dropped like 20 pounds. So, you know, and then, yeah, that was just the first month. We all know how that goes. Anyway, I'm feeling better about myself, and this is what I can control for right now. I can't control anything else, so. Right, hon? Mm-hmm. And I do find it soothing when I'm exercising, especially when I'm doing cardio. It's kind of just, I put the headphones on, I put the MP3 player on, and I just kind of let my mind wander. Unless the pedal falls off of the peddler, because it came unscrewed like today twice. So, I hope everybody's having a great day, and I love you guys, and I do cherish your friendship, and I think you guys are awesome. And say bye, Brad.
Bye, Brad.
Bye, guys.